Hey y'all. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I don't know how else to put it. I'm tired of ICE. I've been tired of them. I'm sick of it. I am frustrated. And instead of just wallowing with myself and feeling very down, the least I can do is spark up a discussion and let's talk about it, right? This is an agency that claims to protect America, but who are y'all really protecting? And what can we do about a lot of the bullshit that's been happening? Because there's really no what. I mean, there's things to do, but there's no else to describe it other than bullshit. It's a bullshit. America, we got a problem. So let's fix it. I'm Jade, and this is my YouTube channel, Jaded. This is where I talk about underrepresented stories or major stories from an underrepresented angle. And first and foremost, I just want to start by sending my condolences to anyone who has lost anybody through ICE. I'm very sorry. I do want to bring particular attention to Keith Porter. He was a black man that was murdered on New Year's Eve because of ICE, and his story does not get enough traction whatsoever. I actually looked him up again earlier today just to see what's out there, and the first thing that popped up wasn't even about him. It was about the person that murdered him. And I mean, I'm not surprised as to why that's the case, but it's unacceptable to me, and here I am trying to right a wrong by talking about his story. I hope that hearing about him and everything that's been going on will give you some closure and also feel inspired to spark discussions not only online but with people you know, so that we are not becoming complacent. So what even is ICE? ICE stands for the Immigration and Customs Enforcement. It is a relatively young agency. It's actually only 1 year older than me. So its mother agency was INS, which is the Immigration and Naturalization Services, that started in 1933. That did all of the immigration matters, right? Until something happened. You probably heard of it. It happened in September on the 11th. It was 2001. Ring any bells? Yeah. After that event happened, the Homeland Security Act passed, which brought the Department of Homeland Security. So then INS went down, and now we have 3 agencies that takes care of immigration, including ICE. So we also have the USCIS, which is Citizenship and Immigration Services. They do legal matters involving citizenship, your green card, that nature. And then much more self-explanatory is CBP, which is the Customs Border Patrol. So ICE takes care of immigration matters internally, while CBP takes care of matters externally, outside of the US. And why I'm mentioning this is because we hear about ICE all the time, but it's more than just this one government agency. In fact, it's other agencies working amongst themselves and with each other to do this type of bullshit. Okay, so what exactly has ICE been doing? What a lot of people are taking notice of is their use of a process called expedited removal. That is where the government thinks someone is undocumented, whether that's true or not, and rather than them seeing a judge, they're just kicked out. And this has always been around. They use this towards people who are within 100 miles of a border within 14 days of them entering the US. But now, underneath the Trump administration, they have expanded expedited removal to the point where it's really anybody at any time. And clearly that's a problem, because then you have people who are removed who wasn't supposed to be. which are real citizens, which are people who have visas, which are people who could be a victim of trafficking, who could be a witness to a U.S. crime. And if they get expedited removal, regardless of them trying to defend themselves, they get removed anyway. So yeah, that's a problem. That's a biggie. And in order to understand the scope of this matter, let's check out detention centers. In 2025, ICE alone, the government agency on its own, has detained over 68,000 people. Asterisk, documented, because there's a lot of people undocumented that they probably detained too. And when I looked up the facilities online on official websites, it gives that any jail in America could operate as an ICE facility, given that it's just a matter of private contracts with corporations. Your run-of-the-mill prison system complex. So they pack people into sardines in rooms, sometimes with no windows. They are obviously separated from their families, barely any water or food, literally the worst conditions known to mankind. Imagine people with medical conditions entering these facilities. They're not checking up on them, and whatever sickness or disease they have gets spread to other people. So you can imagine how awful these conditions are in these detention centers. And another issue on top of that is them trying to hide the fact that they're doing it. NPR, for instance, fought for over 3 years with both the Trump and the Biden administration to get the reports about these detention centers. And even though they claim that they're going to be transparent and that there will be oversight, it took them a long time to get those reports. And obviously what they found was horrible. For instance, in the Chrome Service Processing Center in Florida, people were only fed a cup of rice and a glass of water for each day. That's it. I almost skipped a meal today, and my body was wreaking havoc over just one meal, let alone if I only had one meal to eat for the day. Imagine, it doesn't even matter who it is, a child, an adult, clearly that's not enough food. That's not enough water. And that's how they choose to treat the people that they throw in these detention centers. And then, mind you, they're there so that they get deported away from their American lives, away from their relationships and interactions that they have here. So what the fuck? I mentioned that particular example because when we hear 68,000, when we hear all these numbers and statistics involved in the reports, and we get lost in the numbers. So we need to not lose the humanity. And we hear that through the stories and through the people. And that's why I want to bring attention to Keith Porter in particular, because he also deserves that recognition. He was a Black man, a father of two, who lived in Northridge, which is northwest of Los Angeles in California. And this is New Year's Eve, mind you. So people are celebrating. Y'all know 2025 was whack, so, we're trying to start off right. And some people, including him, be shooting guns, like not shooting guns. They be firing shots for the new year. It's a custom that people do. It's resented by some police officers, but it's a thing that people do. We all know it, right? We all know that person who, they do the fireworks. Some people be doing the food. Some people be shooting the gun, and they're just having a good time, right? He's just trying to celebrate just like any other American citizen would. Why not? And this off-duty ICE agent took it upon himself to take his life because he just did not mess with that. What? Like, what in their, who in their right mind would do that? And you were off duty. Did you not have anything else to do on New Year's Eve? You couldn't celebrate too? You couldn't, what's up? And especially towards a black man, you see the police brutality in America is always in our face, especially for us black people. And this is just another story. But I refuse to make this a statistic. I refuse. And don't forget about the bigger picture. This is about framing non-white Americans as the problem. We're just earning our own keep. We're with our families, doing our own thing, our own American dream. And somehow we're the problem of every single complex political, social, economic issue. When clearly it's the fault of the government for not taking accountability and to at least attempt to resolve the problems themselves. It's called nativism, this ideology that there are native-born people that then deserve better rights and better privileges than people who are not born here. And especially when it comes to America, that's some bullshit, because the people that they claim that are native, according to the Trump administration, are not even native to American land. I don't even know how that makes sense, because y'all wasn't even the OGs here. It was the indigenous people that y'all took their land, and then somehow y'all think y'all are the native people that deserves all of this. Huh? You see how there's no logic here? And the thing is, we've seen this numerous times. I mean, ICE agents are just like KKK members. People who terrorize innocent people that they think just don't belong anywhere and take it upon themselves to remove people and to take other people's lives because of it. It's the same thing. And just how there were people resisting that organization, there are things we can do to resist ICE. And we need to abolish them. This is crazy. It has already become to a point where it's really extreme. And this is what we can do about it. So the first thing is that you need to know your rights. There is a site you can go to. Please read it, make sure you understand it, send it to people you know, so that ever if you encounter ICE, you are at least informed about how you can move, right? Another thing you can do is call your state legislators. Go to your official state website, whether it's their email, their phone, contact them. Tell them that this is unacceptable. You as a citizen, you as an American, have the right to your voice. You have a vote, so use it. I know it's not perfect, but as we live in a representative democracy, that's one of the things we could do as well. Anything is better than nothing. So reach out to your state legislators, let them know, and voice your concerns. Another thing I'm going to plug again is the GoFundMe page for Keith Porter. If you have money, please send some. Anything would be greatly appreciated, or at least send a link to people that could, right? And last but not least, as this video is trying to do, is spark up discussion. Talk about it with people you know. When we don't talk about it, it seems insurmountable. It seems like the problem is so bigger than us and there's nothing we can do about it. But that's not the case. We can work together as long as we're being real and honest. If you want to drop in the comment section like, I'm frustrated, I'm confused, I'm this, I'm that, yes, and voice that, because it's better to bring it up, right? And not hold it within yourself. You are not alone. Let's work on this together. Please stay safe. I'm going to personally log off and, chill for a second and not do work for a minute or two. Not too much, because, your girl, she got classes, she got things to do. But be mindful of yourself, of other people, and I'll see you guys next time, okay? Bye for now. See you guys later.